Looking to finally score a win with your favorite legend? Perhaps we can be of some assistance. Welcome to MojoPlays, and this is our guide on all Apex Legends ultimate abilities and how to use them. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Wraith.
I know where we want to be. Follow me.
If you're looking for a legend with hit-and-run opportunities, Wraith may be up your alley. Her ultimate ability, Dimensional Rift, may seem too situational, but it proves to be efficient in many cases. If you have a teammate falling behind, you can place the rifts to help them catch up. You can also use the rifts to warp around areas in the middle of combat, confusing the enemy in the process. Keep in mind that enemies can also use your rifts to their advantage. If you suspect an enemy is following you, hide in a shack and place a rift in the doorway. Once you close the door, you can expect a special delivery.
Throw my grenade out.
Gibraltar. Gibraltar's ultimate is called Defensive Bombardment, and it certainly lives up to its name. When activated, the shielded fortress can throw a smoke grenade to call in a mortar strike, blasting the area surrounding the smoke grenade. Use defensive bombardment sparingly, as they can be used in the case of a surprise gunfight. Dropping one of these before the going gets rough can give ample time to escape or send enemies running, possibly to their demise. Of course, if you're feeling like a murderous psychopath, you can always drop the airstrike on a downed enemy, almost guaranteeing the elimination. Keep in mind that you can take damage from the missiles, but your teammates won't.
Rain down some destruction.
Bloodhound.
Calling upon native strength.
Attention.
Bloodhound sees all. No, really, he does, and that's what you need to keep in mind when playing as him. Beast of the Hunt is the name of his ultimate, and it turns Bloodhound into a speedy, bloodthirsty scout. With this, you can easily spot enemies from a great distance as well as detect their trails. While most would use these primarily for combat, Beast of the Hunt is handy for scouting areas quickly and keeping a lookout for enemy whereabouts. You can also take advantage of the speed increase to flank enemies. It's an ultimate that shouldn't be your top priority in charging, but don't be afraid to use it outside of gunfights.
Nice. Got me. I'm down. Whole unit KIA.
Pathfinder.
Ready to fly on a zipline? I am.
A zipline for an ultimate ability? How useless, is what an initial response typically is towards Pathfinder. On the contrary, it's quite fitting for the robot known as the Forward Scout. Pathfinder's zipline can allow his squad to cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. This can help your squad find better loot quicker, as well as getting to the next circle efficiently. You can spend more time looting than other teams, and right as the circle closes, at the last second, use the zipline, which will guarantee that no enemies will be behind you. The zipline gun is also effective as a defensive maneuver in combat, giving you and your team an easy escape route or comfy vantage point to snipe enemies from areas they can't even reach you. Lifeline.
Listen up, I'm calling a Lifeline package in.
If you got a Lifeline player on your team, hand any and all early game ultimate accelerants to them. Lifeline has one of the best ultimate abilities of the roster, but it's also the one with the longest cooldown timer. Her supply drops can help you get equipped with high tier armor, weapon mods, and maybe a Phoenix kit. The earlier you can get properly equipped, the better. You're going to want to use it any chance you get in case you get anything better than your current loadout. Although, you can also use supply drops as bait for enemy teams. Just try not to make it too obvious, like spawning it in an open field. Bangalore. At a quick glance, Bangalore has the same ultimate as Gibraltar, albeit a few slight differences. However, these small differences do matter. Dubbed as Rolling Thunder, Bangalore's ultimate is more akin to a carpet bombing, where the missiles fall in the general direction rather than cover a specific area. This is an exceptional way to block off exits from enemies or ensuring a smooth getaway. Anyone caught in the blast will be stunned and left vulnerable long enough to be eliminated. This includes you and your squad as well, so watch where you're throwing that thing. Don't fire and forget this ability. If you can, keep your eyes on them as your ultimate drops and pick off enemies as they scramble around.
Reloading.
Mirage.
Faking him out with a decoy.
He's certainly the trickster of the cast and, fittingly, the trickiest character to use. Mirage's ultimate ability, Vanishing Act, sees the hologram man creating multiple clones of himself around the enemy while turning him into a hard-to-see silhouette. This can be used both offensively and defensively. If a fight is getting too hairy, use this as a means to escape. Although, if you're feeling confident, you can use Vanishing Act to flank enemy players. Make sure you don't use it in restricted areas though. It won't take long for the enemy to figure out where you are in a long hallway or narrow cave.
I'm down. How about the targets right now?
Caustic.
Gas pod deployed.
The description for our mad scientist's ultimate ability reads, blankets a large area in Nox gas. Emphasis on the large area part, because Caustic's gas grenade practically shrouds the place. When an enemy is caught in the gas cloud, not only do they take additional damage, but they also suffer reduced movement speed. The best times to use Caustic's gas grenade is when enemy squads are in confined spaces, as they'll most likely end up splitting. Gas grenades are especially effective when finishing off downed enemies or prolonging enemies from retrieving their teammate's banner. Just keep in mind that while you can spot enemies in the gas, your teammates may have a hard time wafting through it.
Heads up. Drop the pain.
My vision is clear.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.